How about some free camping right here in Florida? Cumpressco Primitive Camp, the Green Swamp West Tract. And a quick look for the location on the map. It is located just on the outskirts of Dade City, and the address is in the lower right hand corner. Alright guys, here is the drive into the campground itself, because all of the roads are not always friendly for big rig. Sometimes there's obstacles of branches, or the road's just got a really bad condition. So I leave it up to you if you want to make a decision, if you want to bring your rig into these campgrounds. That way you will know this up front. Alright, at this time I want to mention that the West Tract Green Swamp campground area has two different campgrounds. Cumpressco, which is the one we're going to do right now, and the other one is Ashley Primitive Equestrian. I also have that on video, so if you're interested in checking out that campground, go into our channel, click into the playlist, and click on to the free camping, and scroll down to that specific video to check out Ashley Primitive Equestrian Campground. Or if you're interested in checking out more campgrounds that are free right here in Florida, subscribe to our channel. We have a whole list of stuff that we have created, and we're always adding more great free places to camp right here in Florida. And here is the gate where you would need your code to open the blue lock, but for today it was already open as there is a turkey hunt going on. So the rangers have opened it, so you can proceed to the cleaning station to check in for your hunting passes and the locations where you're actually allowed to hunt on the property. Alright, from this point forward, I just wanted to let you know it's a little bit of a drive before we get to the campground, but I'm going to take it a little extra slow because we haven't had much rain, so that means the road is going to be a little extra dusty. Well, that was unexpected. A leaf dropped down on front of the camera, but not to worry, here in a few seconds it works its way off. We're here at the entrance of Cumpressco Campground, and what it is a equestrian campground, and that is for the use of people with horses, and also it is available for people with just RV rigs like myself. So let's start the tour of the campground, and we're right here at the entrance with the beginning of a group shelter. Couple fire rings, charcoal grill. You see it's got some water spigots for the horses. It is non-potable, so you cannot drink it. And a picnic table on the outside of the group shelter. And as we make our way across, I want to talk about the campground itself. It does not have electric, does not have water for say, other than the non-potable. There is no trash cans. There's no showers. There is a porta potty up at the front. I'll show that here in a minute in the video when we get back around the loop. There's no, like I said, no trash cans, so that means whatever you bring in, you have to bring back out with you. That is the rule. Now, with these parks, you also have to make a reservation to stay here. And if you are interested in making a reservation and need to know how or where to go, check out my episode number 2. It is a step-by-step process of how to book campsites in the WMA properties like this one. Here's another campsite. Look at the shade you get. And what's nice is if you are coming in here with solar power and you need some spots with sun, there is some that you can select, or if you just want the shade and run off a generator, you can run off your generator. Now let's talk about the generator. Generators can be run from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. After that is quiet time for your neighbors. In fact, I'm actually surprised there's nobody here today. This is the perfect weather, springtime. And here is a second pavilion at the end of the loop. So this is a relatively small campground. It looks like it has about 10 campsites. And when you make your reservation, it will tell you it is first come, first serve. That means you reserve and they tell you yes or no, there's availability, you can come in. And then when you get here, you pick the area where you want to set up your campsite and you pull in and set up camp. It's beautiful. Now these properties are managed by Water Matters organization, and what that means is they purchase these properties and they do projects to conserve water or to get water out of the area to keep the land managed. And then when they are finished, they designate some areas for camping. Here is a couple campsites directly in the sun if you are needing solar power. One nice thing about the free camping in places like this, you and a buddy wants to bring out, your RV and his RV. Look at it. There's really no designated campsite, so you could park them next together and do the buddy group thing. Or if you got like 3 guys, you want to make a horseshoe or even a full circle, the wagon wheel thing. You can absolutely do it. Your imagination, the way you want to set up your campsite is up to you, and how you want to use it. I think it's great the way you can set up your rig in anywhere in any place. But this is the very first site right here. It's really nice. You can see my truck sitting here. Picnic table. Now I just want to say one thing about the fire pits, because since there is no trash cans here, that means you have to take out what you brought in. It doesn't mean these fire pits are a burn barrel and you start burning trash, because you got to think, people are going to be cooking their food on those grates after the fact, so don't be putting trash in there and burning it. You're just going to contaminate and hurt the person behind you. Alright, so over here right at the entrance of the campground is the porta potty. And this is another campsite. I don't know, this would be a very good spot because it's so close to the porta potty, everybody coming in and out of here. But you have a fire pit, 2 picnic tables, and back out to the road where we came in from. That was the dirt road we came in on. And it continues on. It says no vehicles beyond this point. And what it is when you come in and you use your code on that gate, the blue lock is for recreation, which is going to be for the campers. Then all those other locks, that's for the sheriff, forest rangers, game wardens, fire department. They all come in here and they do, surveys, all kinds of stuff, training, whatnot, and even drive all the way back that way, which you are allowed to walk back there or ride a bike. That's considered a foot trail. It'll lead you down to the water where you can do some fishing and whatnot, but you cannot drive a vehicle beyond that point. So when you make a reservation to these types of parks, campground, and there might be a day use area towards the front, which there was, which is usually on the outside of the gate. You can use that, and that's it as far as vehicles are concerned. It looks like there's about 20 campsites that you can choose from, and like I said, there's no designation. So when you make a reservation, and it's going to reply yes, it's available, or it's not available. And so what it is, let's say for example this park has 20 campsites,
everybody's making a reservation. It'll say available, available, available until it reaches at 20. But when you go on to reserve, it won't tell you how many there is, because it's simply because first come, first serve. I just think this is amazing. Free camping, folks. All right, so if you're watching this video for the first time, or any of my videos, and you're tuning in because of free camping and you've never done free camping before, give it a try. It's not hard. I mean, the only thing is you got to bring your own supply of electricity. Fill your water tanks or jugs of water, bring it out, and then extra trash bags, because you're going to be taking all your trash with you. It's just like, it's just amazing. It's a little different, but it's more peaceful because there's less people around, because a lot of people don't like to do this type of camping. And speak of type of camping, what kind of camping can you do here? So if you are a hammock camper, tent camper, small trailer like pop-up, or even a overlander vehicle where you got the tent on top of your car, conversion trailer like a utility trailer and you converted it over, a box truck or a minivan or a car camper, of course, class A, class B, class C RVs, and then the pull behind trailer and fifth wheel, all of that is accepted here. Now, as you can see by the tour around the campground, how big of a rig can you get in here? There is no limit on this one here, folks. You can do big rig in here if you choose so, because the drive all the way in was good. The curves are negotiable. The road was clean and neat, and even into the campground and getting up under the canopies, you're not going to have an issue. So this is a super thumbs up free camping spot. I'm going to be bringing my rig in here in a couple days, and that's what I'm doing here, is just pre-checking to make sure I'm going to fit, and that's what I always do.
All right, that concludes the tour of Cumpressco Campground. We hope you enjoyed the video. You should consider subscribing to our channel. You'll never know, we just may be guilty of adding to your bucket list. And as always, thanks for watching. Two for the road.